Mrs. Deleka, you played for a long time for Australia, gained a lot of experience, got a lot of experience in this opening pair in Devine and Bates. How important is that experience, do you think?
The experience just gives you a comfort of, I've been here, I've done it before, I've gone through situations, I've found ways to score runs when players are bowling a certain way.
Mlaba changing ends. She's loving this. Nonkululeko Mlaba is a great character. She's always got a smile on her face. She's got a great Instagram, by the way. You want to go and check it out. She's a wonderful character, and I think she enjoys these battles. Sweetly struck. But Bosch is there. There's a reason I asked you about experience. Bates and Devine, the two of them together, have played 228 T20 internationals. Picked up beautifully. She's been trying to access that leg side, in particular with that shot a few times, and she finally pulls it off.
What a great shot. Yeah, third time lucky, wasn't it? Ball was bowled at the stumps. She'd moved across. The length was perfect as well for her to go up and over the inner circle. And when she gets a good swing, it normally goes all the way. I love the reaction of the umpire as well. Rati signalled her first 6 in women's T20 internationals.
Oh, did she get a little something on this? She tried it again. She was trying to repeat the dose.
Yeah, bottom edge. Really tough for the keeper. It's got to go pretty close to the gloves. She just didn't actually rise with the ball. I mean, I'm no wicket-keeping expert.
Can't bowl down leg with a fine leg up. No protection there.
A little bit flatter, and she's trying to cramp Devine up. That one's 93 kilometres an hour, so when she goes the flatter one, she's trying to go that middle to leg stump line and just didn't quite get it. Hey, lovely. We'll have to send you for an interview, Nat.
Just dropping short. Bosch has done pretty well in the end. Mlaba's calling for her to get the ball back as quickly as possible. She actually did pretty well. All she needs to do is find the gap on the offside. She has so much power. Lukaka won't be happy with that width.
Yeah, you can just see that Devine and Bates, they've got such wonderful hand-eye coordination that they actually don't move their feet that much.
Well, you've got to take chances, don't you? Against a team like New Zealand, you've got to make sure you take your chances. And you picked this up. There was a little edge, wasn't there?
Yeah, the bottom edge. And you can see that slog sweep. She's always looking to actually be able to do it. Jafta just maybe didn't quite get up with the bounce of the ball. Gloves were still quite low.
Yeah, that's the line that she wants to bowl to Devine. Every now and again, she's just gone a little too wide, Ayabonga Kaka, at times. And you don't want to give these two any width. It's more what she's looking for. She can't get it too straight. that length as well, it's an easy put away.
She has this pickup shot. Anything around that middle to leg stump line, or even outside leg, she's quite happy to take full advantage, use the pace as well. It has gotten her in trouble every now and again, because she feels that the ball is there.
Well, that's gone all wrong for Ayabonga Kaka, but not for Sophie Devine. She takes full advantage of a high full toss. And she'll get a 6 to end the power play. 49 without loss. Top edge. It's flying away. Mlaba will not cut it off. Bates also trying to get a move on.
Yeah, and she's going about it a different way, isn't she? Devine has probably got some freebies, whereas Bates is trying to manufacture something. Yeah, top edge. It's T20 cricket. She'll take the 4. But she feels more comfortable kind of going into that deep position on the offside. So they've changed the field for that. Another fielder out on the leg side.
Oh, wow. She did not pick that up at all, didn't read it. It's 92 kilometers an hour, 62 without loss.
Her fingers down the seam, so leg cutter. Slower delivery, gripped a little bit. We saw yesterday there was 1.7 degrees of turn. Remember, 2 games have already been played on this pitch.
That is so well played. Waited for it. Nicely done by Laura Volfart, but a really lovely shot from Bates. They just get the 2.
She almost took it out of the wicketkeeper's gloves. That's how late she played it. And it was not far from the stumps as well. Good athleticism on the boundary.
Oh, Chloe! Good Chloe, good Chloe. Oh, just the one!
Quite a lucrative shot for these two. Sweep, slog sweeps.
It's Bates just starting to get a little bit frustrated now. You just get a sense that she wants to go big. She wants to find the boundaries. Only the 2 boundaries from her so far.
Oh, brilliant, Chloe! Good try on!
Chloe Tryon's keeping it tight for now. 66 without loss. He's patrolling on the boundary. Very quick to it and a quick release. Good throw in as well.
Yeah, first opportunity for me to see her. Still searching for her first wicket in T20 internationals. We should love to break this partnership up. Strengthening the leg side. Fielder coming across from the offside to that 45.
Oh, one, bowler! Good dog, good dog! Good tucks, good tucks.
Very clever. Very creative from Bates. Knowing that they've strengthened the leg side, she's opening now the offside.
As a spinner, this is an annoying shot. You can see how wide it was actually, so he could have played a normal shot, but Bates, clever. And her ability to find the middle of the bat. A welcome boundary for her and New Zealand.
Links. Catch!
Parried it over as Ayabonga Kaka. Should have been her first T20 international wicket, and it could have broken this opening stand.
With wicket and cover, they're your key fielders. You actually saw Ayabonga Kaka just kind of almost running towards the bowler because she was thinking he's going to go straight down the ground. Maybe that might have just put her off. Just see there, she takes off, and then steadies herself. Maybe because of that, wasn't in the best position to take the ball.
Trying it again. Mrs. Saleka said that's an annoying shot as a spinner. She's done it twice in the over, but a good chase from Laura Volfart and back up from Mignon du Preez. Nice throw in, but good running between the wickets, all happening in one over. We've reached the halfway stage at 77 without loss.
Satisfied. 77 then on the board for New Zealand. South Africa not without a couple of chances though. Heaved, it'll be safe. Looking to bisect two fielders, and it could not have been better placed. Shabneen Ismail and Bosch down on the boundary. Pretty much exactly between the two of them.
This was good placement from Suzie Bates. You can just see Ismail holding up because she would have seen Bosch coming across.
Similar area, this one to Bosch. That was needed a bit more clarity of communication. One of them to really commit to going for that ball.
Yeah, but it's a power hit once again from Suzie Bates.
Skewed up, it'll be safe.
Bowling
She's intending to play it there. False shot. Shabneen Ismail's back in the side. She missed the final T20 international that South Africa played against England in the lead-up. Bit of a back niggle there, and had struggled with a calf injury when the test match was on. It's been really delicately played. The dab down to the boundary. Big chase here for the captain. And backed up. Wolfhart with the throw back in.
Just seemed to have jerked her knee as soon as loose. But again, well played from Sophie Devine. Just gentle, soft hands. Just using the pace to it.
Just be the one to end the over. It's 87 without loss. Some room to access that leg side, and to good effect. Suzie Bates shoveling it to the boundary.
And Suzie Bates getting into this party now. A full-length delivery. Latches onto that one, and with power. Just beats the fielder in the deep.
Shaping again to try and go leg side.
One, yes, Bula! Good test!
South Africa have been struggling on their tour of England. They've been in the country for some time playing a test, 3 ODIs and 3 T20s against England, and they lost every white ball game that they played. New Zealand have been training at Millfield School in They had a couple of games against England A in the build-up, but that South Africa camp, well, they've been together for a long time, not winning. In the air, and the catch taken. There is no half-century for Sophie Devine. Chloe Tryon taking the catch, and Mlaba, look at that delight to break this opening stand.
Yeah, just one short of that 100-run partnership. It had to take something special. And it was a special catch from Chloe Tryon. Laba celebrates as Sophie Devine goes for 48. New Zealand 99 for 1.
Well, they've got a wonderful platform now to build on, New Zealand. Tremendous opening stand between their two most experienced players. Sophie Bates joined by 21-year-old Amelia Kerr. Chloe Tryon pretty animated out there after the catch.
And she should be. She's bowled pretty well. Is a very good fielder.
Amelia Kerr, only 21, has played 42 T20 internationals coming into this. It's her 43rd, and she opted out of the England tour last year, took a mental health break, a well-being break, and to contend with picking up COVID in July. Managed to recover for the Commonwealth Games. And is ranked inside the top 10 in the world. That's for her bowling. She's number 9 for her leg breaks. She bats at 3. Sweeping against the spin. Let's have another look at this wicket.
Yeah, so Sophie Devine just trying to go hard and high, but Chloe Tryon got in her way.
Outside edge. Chase back though. Be a streaky boundary here. Flora Wolfart can't get there.
I think we're going to have another look at that, but no, she's actually signaling.
The two batters kept going. They weren't sure. They just kept running. It brings up the 100 for New Zealand. Flora Wolfart doing her best. But she's confirming that at the point she had contact with the ball, she also had contact with the sponge. Moved away, find Annika Bosch.
Good claw, good claw.
And just covering all the grounds. It's Mill.
You don't want to be relying on just sticking a boot out. Time to slide in along that boundary rope. A bit of wit. That is smashed away by Amelia Kerr. Third boundary. New Zealand move to 121 for 1.
It's interesting because it's a shot that the other batters weren't able to pierce that offside field, but this has been good. This pair 99-run partnership, Suzie Bates and Sophie Devine. Suzie Bates has been exceptional for New Zealand.
Waited for that one. Really well played. Bates turning it around the corner.
Again, continuing to score heavily in that wagon wheel area. We saw that leg side area that she favors. Makes an adjustment to just go a bit more on the offside to open up that leg side area. Yeah, just look at it. Good execution.
Oh, that is a shot and a half. That is hit so hard by Suzie Bates. Fizzing past the captain of South Africa, Sunay Lees.
Well, she hasn't played much of these on the offside. And just stays settled and hammers it through that offside, beating Sunay Lees.
The adjustments, still able to take those quick singles with a delicate dab. But yeah, I mentioned, Stacey, on those big names missing. No Dano van Niekerk, the regular captain. Scooped up, it's travelling. It is travelling for 6. Here's the acceleration through these latter stages of this innings. And Suzie Bates really is stepping on it.
Yeah, cleared 6 of this innings for New Zealand. It gets into position, made up her mind where she wanted to hit this, and used the pace on the up.
Can't bear to look sometimes. That's great to see Suzie Bates still shining at this level. 149 for 1. And South Africa's batters have a hefty task ahead of them now with this late onslaught from Suzie Bates. Heaved again. And that'll be 4 more, and you rather just feel in the field South Africa have given up the ghost. Yeah, she's hitting these balls hard. And I think sometimes on the boundary way, just think a bit of a dive.
And she's just accelerating in these last few overs. Last few balls, I should say.
We believe that Suzie Bates is the only athlete in history to have competed at a World Cup, an Olympics and Commonwealth Games. Another full toss, not good enough for South Africa. Bates says thank you very much.
6 number 52 into her international career, Suzie Bates. She also moves into that 90s. Once again, poorly lined delivery because she favors that leg side.
Last ball then of this innings. Slower ball. They'll attempt the single. And they'll check for the run out. But what an innings this has been from Suzie Bates.
Third umpire to director, we have an umpire review for a run out. Can we start with the best side on angle, please?
Bates' third highest T20 international score.
Okay, she's short of her ground here. And the bails have lit up. Thank you. I'm ready to make my decision. We can go to the screen.
Nice piece of underarm work from the keeper, but the damage already done by New Zealand and by Suzie Bates, the former captain, adding Commonwealth Games to her Olympic experience. New Zealand's first appearance in the cricket T20 at these games, the start of Group B, and New Zealand have posted 167 for 2. It's been a dominant performance with the bat.
And she opened the batting for New Zealand. Had a 99-run partnership, and then that 68-run partnership in the end to see her team to 167 for 2. And Devine 48, just falling too short of that 50. But Suzie Bates has been the highlight of this New Zealand batting innings.
South Africa in the field were not always as sharp as they should have been, and the bowling at times was loose. There was far too many full tosses, and they were punished by Suzie Bates. Bonga Kaka, 18 runs off the final over of the innings. Suzie Bates so well set by then, seeing it so well, but there were poor balls. Chloe Tryon stands out in amongst those bowling figures. Her 4 overs only going for 20 runs, but even she could not find a wicket. There was a dropped catch. Suzie Bates should have been run out as well. And South Africa had a tall order ahead of them to chase down 168 to win.
Okay, we gotta go live now.
Everyone tuning in to Super Sport.
Welcome all over the world. It's time for the main event. We've waited a very long time, an age for some. It is delicious! Glorious! Glorious! Just like...
Watch football's greatest season on SuperSport, sport's greatest stadium, only on DSTV.
Welcome back to the beginning.
If we say highlight shot, that's what they came
for. Welcome to August. Only on SuperSport on DSTV.
And Charles Leclerc on pole from Max Verstappen here at Paul Ricard. Charles Leclerc is out of the race.
It's my fault, and if I keep doing mistakes like this, then I deserve to not win the championship.
Can he get down the inside? Sainz is trying everything. Why were they telling him to pit right then?
Frustrating we didn't have Checo on the podium there as well.
George Russell now runs third. Sergio Perez, what happened on the restart?
Pretty nifty is one way of putting it.
Max Verstappen, for the second year in a row, wins the French Grand Prix, and it's going to be a double podium finish for Mercedes.
Let's keep pushing.
The Formula One season on a dedicated motorsport channel. We race as one, live on SuperSport, on DSTV Premium. Broadcast brought to you by Discovery.
It's a feeling you can't explain. It's traveling to faraway places. An explosion of your senses. And venturing into the unknown. It's feeling alive. Feeling lost. It's heartbreak. And it's hope. It's facing your fears. It's uncertainty. Spontaneity. And just utterly thrilling. It's the drama that only sport can give you. Only on SuperSport, on DSTV.
Welcome back to Edgbaston, where we have seen our highest total so far these games in the cricket T20. New Zealand posting 167 for 2 against South Africa. And we're set fair here for the remainder of the day. Some cloud, but it's high cloud and it's quite light. Expecting these conditions to remain largely the same throughout the day as we move forward, because we've also got England against Sri Lanka to come this evening. This is what we've seen from the New Zealanders, though, after it was South Africa who won the toss and put them into bat. Could not make an early breakthrough. A 99-run stand for the first wicket between Sophie Devine, the current captain, and Suzie Bates, the former captain, going on to absolutely dominate with the bat. Got a few gifts from South Africa along the way with the ball. Should have been run out. There was a missed catching chance as well. 167 for 2. A dominant performance with the ball. South Africa struggled to maintain control. They struggled to build pressure. Chloe Tryon was outstanding for her 4 overs of spin, but there wasn't that backup at the other end to contain the batters as the runs just continued to flow. This is how South Africa line up then to try and get on top of this run chase. It's a big old target for them to chase. Tasman Brits comes in at the top of the order. Sene Luce missed the last T20 international that South Africa played in the lead-up. That was a game as part of their tour against England. She had some illness. Laura Goodall had been opening the batting alongside Annika Bosch. So Goodall is the player to drop out. And Tasman Brits, 31 years of age, opens top of the order. Laura Wolfhard, big hard-hitting batter, superb in the 50-over game, playing a rather different role down the order in the T20s. And on-field umpires from Mumbai, Vrindi Ratti and Claire Polisak standing at the other end of Australia. Here we go then, and alongside me, Alison Mitchell, is former World Cup winner Lisa Sthalekar. Lisa, it was just fabulous to see Suzie Bates rolling back the years, because she's been a form player for so many years, hasn't she? But she was outstanding, and it's a tall order now for the South Africa batters to overhaul this total. And hit hard, good use of the feet from Annika Bosch. First boundary for South Africa.
Yeah, Tasman Britt's just using her feet nicely. Really wanted to try and get it on the full. Didn't quite get it. Dropped, actually. Tough chance. And that's what a spinner does. They're willing and they're wanting the player to come at them.
No interest. There are 2 chances to go up to the DRS, 2 unsuccessful reviews, that is. Of course, if your review isn't successful, you then lose it. That's the opening over, the 1 boundary from it. South Africa 5 without loss. And just on law of all fart, Lisa, she's a very mindful player. She actually keeps a diary as well, which she writes in before every match, just to clarify and to see these things written down, just a few thoughts, a few aims. It might even just be a couple of odd words, but just reminds her of what she's looking to achieve, all to get that clarity of thought and calmness of mind. Well, an early opportunity, a tough one here, hit hard and low back at Jonas. Here's a chance. And it is taken. Who else but Suzie Bates? Started with the bat earlier and takes the first catch on offer. And South Africa lose their first wicket inside the second over.
You can't keep Suzie Bates out of the game. Nicely bowled as well. Cross-seam delivery. Bosch trying to go the leg side. Got an outside-ish edge in the sense that it hit left-hand side of the bat, right-hand side should I say, and it just ballooned up nicely to Suzie Bates. Good communication. Bosch goes for 3. South Africa lose their first wicket for 7 runs.
Mignon du Preez has come in, slated on the scorecard to come in at number 5. So whether this is perhaps part of South Africa's plan, lose a wicket early and bring in du Preez early. She's at the non-strikers end though. Former captain who's retired from longer forms of international cricket, still playing T20s. Suzie Bates is never going to miss a chance like that. And fielded, firmly struck. And it's 7 for 1.
Well, this was hit hard and actually off the square, and Carson has done well. That was travelling. Good hands.
Another one goes. Brooke Halliday taking that catch cleanly. Wicket for Hannah Rowe. And Britt has faced 10 balls for her 6. See, trying to find a way through, knowing South Africa under pressure immediately.
Yeah, she's always got a really strong bottom hand, and you can see that it was always going to go to the leg side. Fielders on the inner circle waiting for the catch to come. Finally did. Brits, she goes for 6. South Africa 15 for 2.
Laura Wolfart is down at the non-striker's end for the moment, but she's a class batter, and more effective in her career in the ODI format, working on her strike rate and the strength of scoring in T20 International. She opens in ODIs. Here's Sophie Devine, the captain, bringing herself on. It's been drilled, low full toss. And Dupree with her first boundary.
Yeah, Devine always goes nice and full early on. She's trying to see if she can get some swing. Normally does against the right-hander, but low full toss. Good position by Mignon du Preez to be able to hit that one straight back down. That will give her a bit of confidence.
There is some hint of in-swing, but that's been really well played by du Preez with the swing. Neatly clipped away, great timing for four.
Du Preez against England didn't necessarily have a great outing, but she's got two freebies really from Devine, and she's been able to put them away straight away. So she's out of the blocks quickly.
That is a cracking shot. Laura Wolfart, I mean, she has a technique to die for. And that was full face of the bat.
Yeah, you've got to clap that, don't you? One of the best shots, if you're able to execute it straight back past the bowler. Look at the front elbow, full face of the bat, pointing exactly where she wants to hit it.
It's a great shot back down the ground, mid off, was back on the boundary, and Johnson managing to cut that off.
Nicely flighted, nicely timed, good cricket really. And the same thing can be said for Hayley Jensen as well. And she's done extremely well there, flying across from mid-on. Yeah, does well.
Good effort in the field. Can pick up now, mix up. Couldn't be taken cleanly by the keeper, Izzy Gaze. She's making her international debut for New Zealand today. Katie Martin, New Zealand keeper, retired, so it's a new phase for New Zealand with a new keeper.
Yeah, she just gets herself in a bit of a tangle there. She was looking to wait, and then she just panicked and wanted to get to the ball as quickly as possible. Went in front of the stumps and went with one hand, didn't take the ball cleanly.
Just hung it out a little wider.
Well, Mignon du Preez always quick between the wickets. Decided just to keep her Laura Wolfart back, and it was probably the right decision.
Chance! Did it fall just short of Suzie Bates? Oh, fair effort. To see how far this carried.
These are a tough one, because literally as it gets hit, you're not sure if it's carrying. You're trying to pick up as much information. It just bounces short.
Equally, a couple of half chances. Clubbed away. That's a big shot from Mignon du Preez. And it is a 6. South Africa need a little bit more of this to pick up their run rate in this chase. It's the over. South Africa 60 for 2.
Stand and deliver. That's exactly what Mignon du Preez was able to do. Use the pace from Hannah Rowe and really get going. Good over in the end.
Out. Down the leg side. She's trying the sweep shot. And Mignon de Pree, who is elevated up the order to number 3, loses her wicket in the 11th over.
I'm just wondering if we just jinxed them. She's been going so well, Mignon de Pree. Tried to sweep that delivery, but just got an edge that carried. She goes for 26. South Africa 61 for 3.
Mignon de Pree elevated to number 3, the first time she's batted there in a few years. Last time was in 2019 for South Africa, and prior to that was 2016. Going straight, Bates is under it and takes a wonderful catch. She is such a good fielder, and the plan has worked perfectly.
And 2 balls ago had an opportunity for a run-out chance with Laura Wolvaardt, but will not make a mistake. And Suzie Bates covering the grounds to get to this ball, holds on because she knows the importance of this wicket. And she sees the back of Laura Wolvaardt for 28. South Africa 74 for 4.
New batter for South Africa, number 96, Suzie.
It was a longish build-up to get the wicket of Laura Wolvaardt, but it was an excellent build-up by New Zealand. And a perfect plan set out. They knew what they had to do, and they executed well. Sine Lees walks to the crease. She's at the non-striker's end. Chloe Tryon finally finds a boundary. It's been desperately needed by South Africa.
Yeah, she is a power player, and she's one of those that South Africa will expect to bat. But this was dismissal of Laura Wolvaardt. Just look at Suzie Bates, her eyes continuously on the ball until it gets into her hand.
Looking for the same area, and it's back-to-back fours. I think Devine just a little tired at the end of that over. 82 for 4.
Yeah, they'll need a lot more of these. Well positioned. And 2 fours to end that over from Chloe Tryon.
Tryon, though, may take a liking to her. She enjoys facing spinners, and now she's facing a 20-year-old on debut.
Yeah, such a powerful shot. Stand and deliver. She's just not here to play around, Chloe Tryon.
Easy.
She moves on to 20 off just 10 deliveries.
Strike rate is up where it needs to be for South Africa, but she needs to stay there. She has done so well to get that ball down to long on. She made some room, it was full, and somehow gets it straight enough.
Yeah, Tahuhu bowling over the wicket into her legs, just trying to follow. And Chloe Tryon made some room for herself, backed away to the leg side. And gets sufficient bat on it to get 4 runs. Yeah, classic.
Flat batting and no timing. Now again, Tahu has gone back to the short stuff. He tried the fuller ball. That didn't work. Straight back to the short stuff. Crowd's getting into it. They know we're headed for a possible tight finish here between these two teams. We had a very tight finish at the 50-over World Cup between these two. Top edge, more than enough on it though. Chloe Tryon is getting a move on, just what's required, and the crowd is in it as they bring up their 100.
Yeah, really standing out to be a hero here for her team, and Chloe Tryon. And pulls this one to leg side. Got just a bit of width, but good connection. Yeah, she's really taking it to these New Zealand bowlers.
Good acceleration by South Africa. Chloe Tryon is a big hero of the ball, and it's needed by the Proteas. That's her third six.
Yeah, she means business, Chloe Tryon. Just the sound of her bat. And Suzie Bates just stood and looked at it go. Yeah, you don't catch those, you fetch those.
Rowe's been standing quite deep there at mid-off, and again, maybe just needs to come in at times. "37 runs for South Africa over the last 17 balls. That'll do for South Africa. It keeps Chloe Tryon on strike, and they get a boundary. 113 for 4.
Yeah, it's important that runs come from both players out there.
Oh, Sinelis Watt doesn't want the run. A direct throw is the end of Chloe Tryon, and the big hitting. Oh, Sinelis Watt doesn't want the run. A direct throw is the end of Chloe Tryon, and the big hitting. Ability will be on her shoulders. She is now on strike. Flying away. Not over third, though. It was in the inner ring. And that will be the end of Dalmi Tucker's stay, which is a short one.
She knows that there are not very many balls left, and they need boundaries, South Africa. She's tried to go, but got top edge. Easy catch for Jonas. Unfortunately, she departs for one. South Africa 119 for 6.
An injury. Sonata Jafta in the T20s against England in one of the matches hit a 6 of her first ball she faced. Good connection. Poor ball, but good connection.
We saw Suzie Bates really favor that leg side and got majority of her runs. And Sunilus just gets into the action.
Liss going over the top. Will it skip away? There's 3 after it. Starts the over with a boundary.
She knows that there's a heavy leg side field set for her. And so she had to score on the off. Gave herself some room, made that step back, and opened up that offside.
Fine legs up. And she gets enough elevation for the boundary.
Yeah, just lined straight in her length. Sophie Devine and helped away. Good that field present.
So often the penultimate over is crucial in a run chase because you've got to think about how much do you want to defend in that final over. Currently needing 27 from 8. Fine legs gone back. Top edge and over the keeper's head. South Africa need luck. Back-to-back falls.
Yeah, tough for debutant Izzy Gaze. But good stuff for Sunalus and South Africa. You need boundaries. At this point, you need boundaries. So whatever form or fashion it comes in, they'll accept.
With everybody up on the offside, she's trying to access that offside boundary. But it'll be the end of her innings. And Sophie Devine has the last laugh.
And high fives all around. They know the importance of this wicket. Try to play an uppercut. High fives all around. They know the importance of this wicket. Try to play an uppercut. Halliday takes an easy catch in that point position. Sunalus goes for 32. South Africa 145 for 7.
Ismail. He's not one to die wondering. She'll go after it. But 23 is required. Last ball it is. And a boundary to finish for Sunala Jafta and South Africa. But victory for New Zealand. And Sophie Devine and Suzie Bates were a big part of that victory. With the bat and in the field. What a partnership those two make. And after what may have been a tough build-up to the games, with very little international cricket for the team, they've done well. South Africa, on the other hand, are struggling to find victories. It's been a tough tour of England for South Africa.
It'll be disappointing to lose by 13 runs, but it's been very good cricket from New Zealand. And the crowds are just getting in on this victory. Chloe Tryon will be disappointed because she knows that if she was there to the end, things would have been different.
That was a big moment in the game, the run out of Chloe Tryon. And Suzie Bates is smiling. What an innings from her earlier today. We were really entertained by Suzie Bates with the bat. It was wonderful to watch. So experienced. Such a big player for the New Zealand team. South Africa, yep. We've got work to do ahead of their next game. South Africa had quite a tough target ahead of them. They had a target of 168, and they had a very slow start as well, which didn't help their cause. De Preer was elevated to number 3. She made 26 off 22. Laura Wolfart tried hard, but the plans against her were excellent from New Zealand. And Chloe Tryon really entertained the crowd and kept the hopes of South Africa alive. But her run out was crucial. And the 32 from Senelis, unfortunately for South Africa, wasn't quite enough to get over the line.
Bowling-wise, New Zealand knew that they had to do something special to keep this South Africa team from getting to that total. And Sophie Devine did it in the batting, came again in the bowling, picked up 3 wickets, and won a piece for Hannah Rowe, Jensen and Amelia Kerr.
Included Devine's 100th wicket as well. She's got 2,000 runs in the format and now 100 wickets as well. A superb performer for New Zealand. New Zealand winning by 13 runs after a wonderful effort by Suzie Bates with the bat, making 91 undefeated. An excellent finish, great acceleration towards the end, pushed them up to 167, which was a winning total for South Africa, falling short in the end after a wonderful bowling performance from Sophie Devine, who took 3 for 37.
On this court, anything is possible because the sky is the limit. It doesn't matter where you're from. All that matters is what you bring. For every bruise is a mark of your determination as you turn setbacks into comebacks. Every step shapes your destiny, and every encounter is a shot at glory. At new rivalries, at lifelong friendships. Botu or Ubuntu, the title is yours for the taking. But only if you own your courts.
Witness the DSTV Schools Netball Challenge Nationals live and in HD on Supersport, your world of champions.
They love to party up the storm. What an excellent goal! They can split the whole country into 2. Leicester instead, they just keep getting better. It's a fact. Devon rocks. And then Mississippi Pitori, Papeta is style blind. Musanti's best team battled it out to Banky 8 meter. Hey, it's the MTN 8. Live on Supersport on DSTV Compact.
Real Madrid versus Eintracht Frankfurt in the 2022 UEFA Super Cup. Live on Supersport.
Oh my goodness me! With the most sensational strike you will ever see!
It's modern art. Serie A, live and in HD, only on Supersport on DSTV.
The umpires make their way onto the ground. Josh Butler, eventually he's won himself a toss, and he has decided on winning that toss to have a bowl first. South Africa will be to the crease to see what they can do. The interesting point of fact is that there's been no changes for any of the two teams involved today. South Africa have stuck with the same 11, as have England. So it'll be Quinton de Kock and Reza Hendricks who'll stride to the middle.
Josh Butler leads out.
Joined by Mark Butcher. Butcher, a little bit surprised that there's no changes to both lineups?
Not surprised with England. I think they're trying to be as settled as they possibly can at the moment after losing the likes of the ex-skipper who's with us here in the commentary box, and of course Ben Stokes. But for South Africa, a little surprised perhaps. I was surprised that the best player on tour so far for them, Rassie van der Dussen, hasn't made his way into the side in the starting 11 in Bristol. Even more surprised after the loss in the first game that he doesn't find his way into the team this time. So both teams are unchanged. We had some wonderful entertainment there at Bristol. Both teams had magical moments, but it was England who ran out winners by 41 there. The roles were reversed slightly this time.